In my role as Dean for Students, one of the things is that I get to work with our great students and also our staff in building a strong community. And one thing that I want to say about PACE and the Pleasantville campus is we have a very caring community. So when a tragedy like this happens and one student is missing, it affects us greatly. And also on top of it, DJ was also a student athlete. And our student athletes are recognized for their leadership across campus, which also greatly affects our community even further. As you know, we did have the vigil last night. And we want to try to provide opportunities for our students and our faculty and staff to heal from some of the things that we've been dealing with the loss of DJ. We will continue to do things like this. Our student organizations are coming together to plan activities so we can remember DJ. Some of those will be planned around his birthday on October 29th. And we will also be having service. We'll be taking buses to the funeral as soon as we hear from DJ's family when the service will be coming. We'll probably have 2 buses, and we will be going up to the funeral. One of the things you've heard is, of course, one of the things that ways for us to deal with this tragedy as well is to have a strong counseling center. And I have Dr. Lauren Saylor here, and she's going to talk with you a little bit about times of grief and what we've been dealing with. Thank you.
Hello. Intervening psychologically very early on with groups and individuals in the community that suffered a loss and trauma like DJ's death is what helps people better cope and what prevents them from developing longer-term issues. We know that losses like this are devastating within themselves, and we also know that they revive old pain and loss and trauma for people. And so we need to be there for them in that way also. Since we learned of DJ's death early Sunday morning, our counseling center has been intimately involved in supporting the PACE community. Our staff of 7 psychologists have been available to students, faculty, coaches, and all members of the PACE community throughout the day yesterday and today, and we will be available in the days and weeks and months to come whenever we can be. We know that after the numbness of the first few days passes and the weeks pass, people often are even in more acute need and need that much more support. And we will be there at that time as well. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Chris Dapley. I'm the head football coach here. And no head coach ever wants to be in this situation. There's no handbook on how to deal with it. You have no idea everything that's involved in all this and what our players are going through. I do want to also say that PACE University has been incredible in the support they've given our players, our students, and our coaches. It's really been amazing. And today, we wanted to get together and talk about how wonderful a person DJ Henry was and how wonderful a teammate and player he was. As a coach, he was everything you wanted your players to be. He was one of the best, if not the best athlete on the team, hands down. And when I came to PACE and I was an assistant coach and coaching the offense, I had the pleasure and honor of coaching him. He was one of my receivers. And when I became head coach, knowing how good of an athlete he was, I had to make the decision to move him on the defensive side of the ball. And anybody who's played sports, especially football, knows that that's not an easy thing to do. And he wasn't happy about it. And we had many discussions about it. But he knew it was for the betterment of the team. He knew that he had to stand by his brothers and do the right thing. And he switched over, and not only did he just switch over, he became the starter. He was the starting cornerback for us. And that really sums up who he was as a person. Since the time I've known DJ, he has never been in trouble in any way. He's been nothing but a perfect teammate, perfect student athlete, and just such a pleasure to be around. And And we all love him so much, and we miss him already, and we will for a long time, forever. I think from here I'm going to introduce some of our captains. I asked the captains to join me today because not only were they their friends, teammates, but they're leaders here, and they're just wonderful representatives of this team, and this team that's so united and that have been through so much even before this situation. I'd like to start off with Jonfray Sanchez. Just come up.
Chris, we have some Spanish language media here. If any of them speak Spanish and could say something briefly in Spanish, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonfray Sanchez. I'm a senior linebacker, and please excuse me if I get emotional up here. DJ is Pace football. Whether it was his relentless efforts on the field, battling through injuries, supporting our starting cast on defense, on special teams, his laughter in the locker rooms will echo forever for the rest of the season. Whether it was on game day, whether you needed an extra armband, whether you were trying to look fresh, as he always was and will forever be, he was a guy to go to. Whether you needed a haircut, he was the guy to go to. Whenever you felt down, he was the guy to look to. That smile will forever be in our minds, in our hearts, in our memories. I'm sure when I speak for everyone when I say that's how we want DJ to be remembered. A big smile. I'd like to share a story with you guys. Early on in the season, I injured myself pretty badly, but I still came out and I still practiced. And first practice back, I approached the field and DJ comes to me and I'm like, I'm hurt, man, I'm hurt. And he says, doesn't matter, you're a warrior, Fred. You inspire me. I said, no, I play for you, my brother. He said, with that big smile, you play for each other. I hope that with our words today, everyone understands who DJ really was, and that his parents understand that we will do our best to finish this season, whether it's winless or not, in his memory. We will give everything we have to play our hearts out for DJ. I had never gotten a mohawk before. I have one today, and my mother would kill me if she saw me. But approaching homecoming week, DJ said, let's do something different. Let's get mohawks, Mohawk Mania. We said, you sure? He said, yeah. So we did it. And for the rest of the season, I will rock my mohawk proudly in his memory. And I'm sure most of my teammates will too. I am bilingual, so I will say a couple words in his memory in Spanish as well. DJ es una persona que yo siempre voy a mantener en mi corazón, en mis memorias y en mi alma. Es mi hermano, mi familia. Lo amo con todo mi corazón. Lo recordaré para siempre. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up Jason Washington, our running back.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Washington. I'm a senior running back here at Pace University, also a history major. I'd just like to thank everyone for their support and their prayers for DJ's family, his friends, as well as his teammates. And I just ask that you guys continue to keep his family and friends in your prayers. Everyone who knew DJ, or even if you didn't know him, you just saw him around campus, everyone would just say, how is DJ so cool? How is he so smooth? And it was because he was just being himself. He was being DJ. And that's something that you can't try to be. It was just natural for him. And just to share a story about who DJ is. Not so long ago, I got pretty banged up in one of our games, and during the week, I was talking to a different teammate, just telling me, my ribs are pretty banged up. And I'm telling him about my injury, and out of nowhere, I see rib guards in my face. And I look, and it's DJ with these rib guards. And they were his rib guards that he was giving me to protect myself. And that's just who he is. He's that extra hand that you need. And he's just such a great person. And to go with the Mohawks, I'm one person who's very traditional, and I never do anything different with my hair. And every time he would cut my hair, he would just say, come on, Wash, do this, do it this way. And I'm gonna cut your hair like this. And I would sit there for 5 minutes and just explain to him, no, I just give me a regular haircut. And I never realized that was his way of wanting good for me, because that's what good looked to him. Whether it be a hairstyle or, like they said, armbands, he just wanted good for everyone. And he was just the best, and that smile, He was a tremendous human being. And parents always have to worry about how their children behave when they're not around. I just want his family to know that he was a stand-up person, and you guys should have no worries, because he always did the right thing. He always did. And it's just remarkable how you cannot say one bad thing about DJ. And I was just so pleased to have him be a part of my life, as well as me be a part of his. And I'm just honored to be able to have called him my friend, and still hold the memories that we have. And I'm just glad that I was able to look him in his eye, as a man, and tell him I love him, and to have him say it back to me, because he had love for everyone, and for everyone. And just to say something to DJ, I would just always love you, DJ. And you will always be a big part of my life. I love DJ. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up David Lopez.
Hi, my name is David Lopez. It's a hard time for everyone on this team. First I would like to let DJ's family know how much we truly loved him. Like Coach said earlier, DJ was moved to defensive back at the beginning of the year, and he never really played. And practicing with him every single day, he never gave up. He always tried. He always asked, what can I do to better himself on the field? During camp, he sprained his ankle. We had to fight with him to sit out, and he's on the field limping around, talking about, I need to get better for the team. I need to do this. I need to do that. Y'all need me. And he put the work in every single day, and he became the starting corner. He never let nothing bring him down. He was always smiling, regardless of what it was. Never let anything bring his spirit down. He was the kind of kid that Like one day I didn't have socks on my loop. Next thing I know, he's throwing me a pair of his socks from his feet, basically. And, you know, he's always that guy to go to. Like one of my other teammates asked him for, you know, an Under Armour for the game, and he went to take off the Under Armour that he had on, which was brand new, because his spare one had a hole in it. He wanted to give his brand new Under Armour away instead of giving one with a hole. And like that was the kind of person he was. And I'm gonna miss him. I mean, like me and him, we always would say like we're the younger, older guys. We you know, we have a couple years left to play. We're juniors. We redshirted, and we were looking forward to that. And me and DJ's relationship was growing. I mean, I never thought I would ever get a mohawk. He cut me Friday. He gave me a haircut on Friday. He's like, "Lo, you need a haircut." I didn't worry about my hair. He always wanted me to look good. He always wanted everybody looking good. He was a true friend in every aspect. He never had any problems with anybody. Everybody loved him. I just want to finish by saying, you know, we'll miss you and I love you, DJ.
Last, I'd like to bring up Eric Ortega.
I'll start off with talking to his parents that DJ truly was a saint. We were just talking before the press conference and talking about how good of a guy he was. And Joffrey actually said he was a saint. He was what you wanted your teammate to be. That's when it clicked. DJ had some tattoos, and on his back he had angel's wings, and that just represented who he really was. I can share a story with you guys, my own personal experience. I played against DJ every day. He was a true competitor, and before every time we would come together to compete with one another, he would always come give me a hug. And I know he's looking me in my eyes, but he had this dark visor on for practice and in games. But through that visor, you saw this big, white, cheesy smile. He's looking me in my eyes, he's like, let's go, let's get better. And I was every day, day in and day out. He pushed us captains, to be leaders. He inspired us to be better players, better people. The story, when DJ first went to defense, we got practice player of the week jerseys. And at the end of the week, DJ earned it. But his competitor, who he was competing against with, he was underclassman. He really wanted it, but DJ outperformed. DJ made the progress. Come that next week, DJ, he put that practice player jersey in his competitor's locker. And the kid asked him, why? You earned it from the team. He just said, no, you played your tail off and just walked out the locker room. Like, that's all it is. He's a truly selfless person. He truly is Pace football. That's all I can say right now. Thanks for bringing you on. No.
I really am proud of these young men to get up here and speak from the heart, which they did an absolutely phenomenal job of doing. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think you can all see the type of people we have here at Pace on this football team and the type of person DJ was. These were his friends, these were his teammates, these are the leaders of our team. And I love them all, and they're just doing a tremendous job getting through this and being leaders and being men. I'm proud to tell you that.
Is it just coincidence it happens to be from DJ's hometown? Was there any connection between him and Stonehill?
No, they're speaking of his friend. I mean, it's just coincidence. It's just simply coincidence.
Can you tell us the league and division that Pace plays in? And
sure. Yeah, we're in the Northeast 10 Conference. Geographically, we're probably for the South. Most of the teams are outside of Boston area for the North.
What's the name of the conference?
Northeast 10, NE10.
What division is it?
It's Division II program.
You have a few games left?
We have 4 games now.
What's your record, Coach?
We're 0-5 right now.
0-6.
0-6, I'm sorry, 0-6.
Coach, you plan to dedicate the rest of the season?
Yes, our players and our guys want to play and honor DJ with the rest of the season. Yes.
Did DJ play only football? Did he also play basketball or any other sports?
At Pace, he only played football. I'm not sure in high school what other sports he played.
Have you guys any other college before Pace?
Have I coached anywhere else?
Had he been at any college?
He was at Iona. He transferred in with a few other players, Jason being one of them as well, from Iona. Their program was dropped, and we were fortunate enough to get some of their players.
If he started playing defensive back recently, what did he play before that?
He was a wide receiver.
We have the ages of the 4 captains.
I'm sorry?
The ages of the 4 captains.
How old are you?
Yeah, 24 years old.
21.
DJ do the actual haircuts, or did he just tell people to get more locks?
No, he did the haircuts, actually.
All of you have DJ haircuts?
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.